Hey guys, in this video I will show you guys how to write, store and share gist files, which is one of the great feature of GitHub. So that's been said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it.
And then you'll die.
What we will learn in this video? We will learn in this video that what is GitHub Gist and why should we prefer GitHub Gist over other file sharing options like Google Drive, Gmail and etc. Where is Gist present in GitHub and how can we access it? How to write markdown formatted files that could be both beneficial for GitHub Gist and as well as readme.md file. Finally, we will see how to share Gist file with others. What is GitHub Gist? A Gist file is an easy method to share code snippets. A Gist can be a string of code and a bash script or some other small pieces of data. These bits of information are hosted by GitHub as a repository. Not only just free to create, store on GitHub, but also they are easy to create. We can create easily a markdown file and we'll render it. Why should we prefer code sharing over Gist? Gist is more preferable for code sharing because accessing code we didn't need to be signed in any device or any local computer, nor do we need to be signed in Google account as well. That is a great feature of sharing code by Gist. Where is Gist present in GitHub? Now let's open our Chrome. Now you have to navigate to the your GitHub account. Now you will find we will find a drop down menu at top right corner and you have to select your Gist. And if you doesn't have written any Gist, then there will be a blank place in this, but I have written some of it, so it will displaying all my Gist here. Now here is the place where you can find all your Gist. Now you can find GitHub Gist as well by giving a direct Google search. What you have to type is GitHub Gist, and it will the first link that will appear on the screen will be the GitHub Gist official GitHub Gist URL. Now this shape. Now if you render back to the GitHub account, then you have to click back to GitHub. Now it will show your original GitHub account. Now, well, that being said, let's move to the next slide. Now how to write markdown formatted files. Now it's time to get our hand at it. Now there were two ways to write a markdown formatted file. When you can use a text editor and you can use some extensions like in my case I am using Markdown Previewer, which is an extension of VS Code. See, it is installed in my in the extension section. Now you can do the same and you can render the whole markdown within 2 columns. Now you can another way is to use some online help, that is online markdown previewer. Now these are some links to write the markdown file as well and render it. Now I prefer to use VS Code so that I can preview it side by side. You can try the other option around. Now I will show how to write the markdown file. Now first of all, click in your mouse, click the right button and enable the markdown preview. Now for now it is showing blank because I have commented all the stuff that is written in the file. Now I will explain each and every step, starting from heading, links, block code, UL, order list, unordered list, inline block codes, images, and some GitHub touch to the markdown. Now let's move right into it. Now first of all, heading. Heading is defined by an hashtag symbol and followed by the heading tag, followed by the heading. So the a single hashtag is equivalent to h1 of the HTML tag. So similarly, 6 hashtag tags is similar to h6. Now this is the preview of how it's look in a markdown formatted. Now if you try to, now let's try to italize some of the text. Now for italics, what you need to do is you need to wrap the text within the asterisk symbol. So this text is in italics. Now first, or bold or strong tag, you need to make double asterisk so that the text will be bold. Now for a strike through, you guys have to do is you have to give double tilde. Now horizontal rule, if you want to separate your content from one from another, you can give horizontal rule as well. So you can give now you can see two lines that separating the top from bottom. Now this two line can be generated by by two ways. You can give dashes or simply 3 dashes, and you can give 3 underscore as well. Now if you want to use a block code, you can use the arrow symbol, right arrow symbol, and you can see a block code here. Now for links, what you need to do is now if you give a closer look to the first link, then if I click on it, it will display this URL. It will show this URL. And now I have given a double quote alongside with the URL, so that if I able to hover over it, it will display the name, that is traceroute. Now if I change the name such as traceroute URL, then it will show the same. Now let's move on. Let's move to unordered list. Now unordered list is written by giving a asterisk sign in the left of the text. Now in the second column, that is nested unordered list. Now for order list, you have to give number 1 and from before starting of each list items, and you have to give a dot as well. Now as I've already said, that is that markdown file follow HTML content. Now for inline block code, you have to give a backticks, single backticks, and you will able to see the render. It is an inline block code. Now if you can use a break tag of HTML, as it is same as markdown file. Now it is another inline block code where the variables is in where the variable is in the block code. Now for images, you have to give a explanation mark, and within a square bracket you have to write the alternate text. If the image is somehow not displayed, then this alternate text will display, and in the parenthesis you need to give the URL of the image. Now let's jump to some GitHub touch to the markdown. Now GitHub has given some most of things added to the markdown format. Let's see some of it. You can write multi-line code blocks first of all. Now this is a multi-line code block. Now three backticks signifies the multi-line code block, and giving Bash, JavaScript and Python will specify will give us syntax specified code blocks. Now we can give tables as well. And the number of dashes will represent the number of spaces you want between each column of the table. Now in the end, let's give a look to the task list. The task list is given by asterisk square bracket. Wait a minute. Okay, knowing all that, knowing how to render a GitHub markdown file, let's see the end slide. Now finally, how will we able to share gist with others? Now we can share the gist with others by navigating the Chrome. We can hover to the your gist. Okay, your gist. You can fork it. If somebody from other account want to know this gist, you can fork it. You can give it by URL. You can share the code by URL. Let me open the income. Now what I'm telling you in the starting, that you can see and share gist without being logged into any account, in any Google account, without logging into your GitHub account as well. You can see and share codes. So that feature enable that you are now no need to be in your computer, in your local computer. You can view the code in anywhere in any computer, and that's the great feature of GitHub Gist. That is why it is more preferable to share codes via GitHub Gist rather than other platforms like Gmail or Google Drive, so that you have to be logged in so that you can preview the code. Now, with that being said, let's end our session. Thank you guys for watching me.